Alright, welcome ladies and gentlemen, Ymir is here, as requested, so let's get right into it and go over Conquest first, another game modes right after that. And Conquest in the current meta, Ymir can be played in two different roles. He can be played as a support in the dual lane, or he can be played as a jungler. So let's go over support first, and then maybe go into the jungler later on. Now, as a support, you have two options for starter items. Obviously, you definitely want to pick up a starter item that is either Market Vanguard, which in my opinion, if you're going to be playing a little bit more aggressive, this may be a little bit better of a pickup to get the early game protections and the really good passive for early game potential. Or you can go to the Watcher's Gift, a little bit more sustain, traditional, safer bet, I guess you would call it. The passive helps you with the gold. That's very important, since supports are typically behind in gold and XP. So let's just stick with that. Go into the boots, you have a few options for Ymir. Go into the boots, you have the Shoes of Focus for the cooldown reduction. If you don't get the cooldown reduction boots, you're looking at the 18-second Frost Breath. So if you don't mind that, then you can look at the other two options here. You're going to the reinforced shoes. Reinforced shoes are a little bit more situational. Obviously, if the enemy team has a lot of crowd controls, this will help you reduce that, as well as the nice HP to make it a little bit more tankier. And especially if you're looking to build into the Ethereal Staff later on, so have that out as well. Or you can go to the Traveler Shoes. Really great support shoes in general. You have the 14% additional movement speed out of combat, so when you go to rotate to mid or mid harpies, things like that, you can get there a little bit faster than enemies that don't have the Traveler Shoes. And also the gold helps you out as well, like I mentioned before with the Watcher's Gift. So let's just stick with the Shoes of Focus for now, just for the sake of continuing. For support, mainly you would definitely want to have the Sovereignty as your next item. Really great. Another important fact to note is that the aura stats, if you will, they also apply to you, so don't forget about that. And then you can go into the Hardware Amulet if the enemy team has a bursty mage. If it's more of a support mage, like let's say Raw, then maybe you don't have to pick this up. In the current meta, it's mostly physicals, like you see like up to 4 physical gods in the team comp. So you could probably delay that and not pick that up, and you could probably go to like Winged Blade or another physical protection item like Mid Guardian or Hiding Median Line. But for now, let's just stick with Hardward, since it's a little bit more traditional and it helps against the bursting mages. So after that, it goes into a very situational. Supports are very situational on their last few item slots. So let's say if the enemy has a lot of slows, you can pick up Winged Blade. Winged Blade is a really strong item, a lot of utility to it for its really, super low price, a lot of stats to it, 300 HP. You can get a lot of use out of it, obviously. And the movement speed is really scary. Like, movement speed on Ymir is the scariest thing, to see a Frost Giant just charging at you, because you know what's coming. He's going to put a wall behind you, and he's going to freeze you, and you're just going to blow up. Or you can go to the Magic's Blessing, really great item, if you're having trouble initiating. So let's say you blink in and you get like CC'd right away, and you can't really follow up with that, and you just kind of like walk away in shame. You can pick up the Magic's Blessing to absorb that one hard CC when you go to initiate. Or you go to Spear Robe. Spear Robe is a really strong defensive item. No HP on it, but the protections are really strong. Really good cooldown reduction, especially if you didn't pick up the Shoes of Focus before. The passive helps you mitigate more damage when you get hit by a hard CC as well. In the current meta, they may change this. They may change the meta by like nerfing the hunters later on. Who knows? But if you're having trouble against assassins and hunters, definitely go to like Hiding Median Lion and or Midgardian Mel. These are really strong items to counter the assassins and hunters, and maybe some warriors like Bologna, things like that. So that pretty much covers that point. There's nothing else. Oh yeah, the Ethereal Staff. So let's say you pick up whatever Midgardian Male, and then you can go into the Ethereal Staff. The Ethereal Staff is a little costly at 2,700, but it does a lot. Since Ymir is the highest HP scaling god in the game right now currently, without any items, and at level 20 it sits at 2,690 HP. So that's an incredible amount of HP. To help augment that, you can pick up the Ethereal Staff to finish off your build, for any build really, even if you go jungle or damage Ymir. Ethereal Staff just adds a lot of power to Ymir in general. And look at that, with just like 5 items and not selling the Watcher's Gift for something else, we have over 4,000 HP. Ymir has a crazy amount of HP. So, and for like Arena, it's pretty much the same thing. Boots, it's pretty much the same build if you're going to go with the more support tanky route. Go into Assault. Assault is really situational for the first items. If the enemy team has a pretty balanced team, you definitely want to go Sovereignty as your first item. It also helps having HP 5 in Assault. If they're mostly, magical burst heavy on enemy team, go hardware amulet first. That's really nice for assault as well because of the MP5. Or if, you know, they're just majority magical and they don't really have strong physicals you're not really worried about, you can go to the Stony Guy first. And the same topic about HP5. The HP5 and MP5 are really important in assault, obviously, since you can't go back and regen your HP and things like that. And then after, you know, whichever you pick up, you can go to your boots right after that, and then go into the rest. Now, let's quickly try to go into jungle. Now, I don't jungle. I play jungle the least in anything, so obviously you probably want to go to Bubba's Mask for jungling Ymir. Jungle Ymir, you try to look for some damage, make some pretty strong ganks, and get some kills. So you probably want to pick up these shoes at Magi. In the current meta, it's mostly physical gods, so you probably want to go to a physical item. I've seen Breastplate picked up quite a bit as the next item after the shoes at Magi, just for the sake of the cooldown reduction, the mana to complement that, and the really high physical protection. So, current meta, a lot of physicals, trying to gank on physicals, they're going to try to fight back. This will help you out to succeed in your ganks. Or you could pick up something like the, where is it? The Winged Blade, more movement speed, and HP as well. But let's just go with the Breastplate of Valor. Or, you know, you can also go to Midgardian Mail if you don't want the Breastplate of Valor for juggling Ymir. And then you can go into something like Ethereal Staff. And then you could probably go into something like a Void Stone. Jungle Ymir isn't what you think. He's not really played as like a paper cannon like your typical mage where it's just all power items. Jungle Ymir is more of like like an extra initiator, but doing a little bit more damage. So you could probably, well, frame drop. You could probably call him like a little bit more of a bruiser build for Jungle Ymir. So that's the general idea for that. And a Void Stone, really strong item to pick up on Ymir since you're always close to your enemies. You can easily apply the effect, especially if you have a decent mid laner mage on your team to help get more use out of that. And then the last few items just pretty much vary. If you want penetration, pick up, you know, a Obsidian Shard, or, you know, whatever items you need, like Magic's Blessing, something like that. Going to actives, you definitely want to have Greater Blink. Just so you can always blink initiate since he doesn't have like a belly flop to get in like Bacchus does, things like that. And then the other actives are all situational. If you want to help do, you know, a little bit better team fights, you can probably go into a Creeping Curse or a Shield of the Underworld if you're maybe support. I mean, in most cases, Shield of the Underworld for tanks are pretty nice since you're going to get hit by mostly everything trying to initiate. So that pretty much covers the builds for Ymir. Covered a lot today. So if this was helpful, hope it was helpful. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.